Welcome, class. We are going to discuss Principles of Management paper ATD level 2, and this is a paper that was done on 5th December 2022. Specifically, we'll tackle question 5, and it goes like this. Question 5A, outline 6 benefits that might be obtained by an organization from effective planning. That is 6A. Outline 6 benefits that might be obtained by an organization from effective planning. Now, this question is simply asking for the benefits of effective planning. I really will not wish that you approach this question from any other angle other than the functions of management. I think this will be a very good approach, the functions of management. We have these functions of management were basically it's Henry Fayol who came up with them. We have planning, then we have controlling as a function of management. We have directing as one of the functions of management. We have coordinating, and these were done, basically it's Henry Fayol who came up with them, the father of administrative management. And then we have the last one was which one? Planning, controlling, directing, coordinating, and then we had organizing. We also had organizing as one of the functions. Then later on, we had motivation. This was added later on. We had communication, which was added later on. And we also had another one, staffing. So these are the major functions of management. Now, once you list all these functions of management, planning is the primary function of management. What do we mean by primary function of management? We must have planning for all these other functions of management to succeed. Without planning, all these other functions of management may be irrelevant, may not see the light of the day. So that is to say that planning is key for us to achieving any of these other functions. And so if somebody asks you what are the 6 benefits that might be obtained by an organization from effective planning, I'll simply go back to explaining how planning enables all these other functions of management. How does planning enable controlling? How does planning enable directing? How does planning enable coordination? How does planning enable organizing? How does planning enable motivation? And will be done. So that is what is very important. Now let's look at it. Controlling. For control to take place, you must have the standard results, standard or the expected results. Standard results, expected results, or what we call the anticipated results. Now, all this is what we are going to use to compare with the actual results. We are going to compare the expected results and the actual results and see if there is any deviation. That deviation is what we are going to correct or control. See, so that is to say that without planning, then control is impossible because we will not have the standard or the expected results against which we are going now to compare with the actual results. So that is how planning is key, especially when we talk about controlling. It enables the control function because it comes up with the standard or the expected results. Then when we talk about directing is about guidance. It's about guidance. The managers or the leaders showing the direction that this is the direction we are supposed to go. This is the direction we are supposed to take the organization. This is the direction we are, Now, how does planning come in when we talk about directing? It's through planning that you are going to have the vision of the organization. Vision is an element of planning. Mission is an element of planning. Goal is an element of planning. Objectives is an element of planning. And these are the key items when we talk about directing. Any leader who will come on board to direct you is guided by these things. And these are the products of planning function. So it means without planning, this whoever has been given the mandate of directing will be directing in a darkness kind of. Then coordinating is a smooth flow of work, smooth flow of work, smooth flow of work. Now, if directing smooth flow, how do we ensure smooth flow of work? Smooth flow of work is a result of knowing who will do what, where, at what point will he stop, how will he do it, and whoever will take up from him, how is he going to continue with that journey? There should be that seamless flow of work. Now, when we talk about seamless flow of work, it is planning that will help us to know who is supposed to do what, when, at what point is he supposed to stop, and the other person is supposed to pick up at what point, so that we don't have bottlenecks in between that are going to disengage or disorient the whole process. Are you seeing how planning is coming in? Planning, very important in allocation of these duties, so that we have that, the baton. When you are passing the baton to the next part, it should be very clear. That smooth flow, that is the work of planning, because it clarifies the point at which one function will stop or one person will stop, and basically what that will mean is that the other person starts from that particular point, so that we have that flow of work. Unless you plan, people will be, this person A will stop at point A, and then we have person C expecting to start at point C. At point B, there's nothing that is happening. So there's a breakdown of the job. So planning ensures that there is smooth flow of work by assigning duties in a manner that the work will flow continuously, ensuring that processes are flowing, ensuring that we have procedures which are flowing. All those are things that will come with planning. So we are talking about systems, we are talking about processes, we are talking about procedures, and these are, key things that come with planning. Then we have organizing. Organizing is about the structure, organization structure. We talk about resources, resource allocation, the job responsibilities, the authorities, authority, accountability, report to kind of a structure. These are items that basically will come out clearly through planning. Planning is how are we going to get the overall goals of the organization. So we come up with a structure on who is supposed to do what, the tasks, and getting the right people who will do. All those are elements of planning. Now, unless we get it right on allocation of tasks and resource distribution, then planning will, then the organization is not, of course, going to get it right. We will fail at some point. Resource allocation, very important. If we don't plan, somehow the resources will mess the whole thing up. And resources fall under organizing function, because every position needs to be allocated the necessary resources that will help it achieve its tasks. Then we have motivation. Motivation is not done in darkness. Motivation, you have to do a lot of planning. You have to identify the needs of these people at various stages. Different people will have different needs. So it calls for you to do some planning, to do some analysis, and then go for, identify the best motivation for each of the employees, because people are at different levels of their lives, and they need different kinds of motivation depending on the status or the stage of their life that they are in. And you see, that calls for some planning, so that we don't just end up motivating people with whatever comes our way or whatever we think that is good for them. At the end of the day, we might waste resources. And also remember that motivation consumes, it's a cost to the organization, and it involves resources. So unless we plan for these resources, and remember, this might not be in line also with the so much directly, that is with what maybe the owners of the organization will want. So unless we plan it very clearly, it may interfere with some things which might not, at the end of the day run smoothly. So let us plan for those resources, how we are going to use them, and make sure that every bit we put in towards motivating actually does the job that it's supposed to do, to motivate people so that we improve on productivity and performance levels. Then communication. Communication is key in an organization, and unless you plan for communication, you will not be able to pass the message, because communication involves the 5 key W's that we talk about planning. You know the 5 key W's? Who will communicate? Who will communicate? Who will communicate? What will he communicate? Where will he communicate? Why is he communicating? To whom is he communicating? You know, all these questions. This is planning. And unless you take your time and think about these things, the media that will be used to communicate, the cost of communication, how will you know that people have understood? Unless you take time to go through all these things, chances are very high that you are going to get it wrong. So planning is an essential element. It enables communication because it helps you put in focus whatever it is that you are going to share with the people, how you are going to share with the people, how you will know that they have understood, and the rest. Staffing. We don't just employ people. Remember, employing people, this is a cost to the organization. They need to be retained or to be maintained in that organization. We are talking about recruitment. Are you just going to recruit without knowing who you are after? We need to have job specification, and job specification is a result of planning. We need to only go for positions which are relevant, which are important in our organization, which will help us achieve our goals. Talk of manpower planning. We need to, the selection process. There are quite a number of tests that are required. Unless you plan for that, you'll end up with the wrong tests, and this will automatically lead to wrong people choice. We talk of remuneration, we talk of retention, we talk of working conditions, we talk of, all these things, training and development. Are you just going to do them? They involve resources. So we need a lot of planning to support staffing function. Mention all this: recruitment, selection, remuneration, retention, strategies, working conditions, welfare conditions, training and development, separation, succession plan, all those are products of planning. And unless you get it right here in planning, you might not, carry this function out successfully. So, outline 6 benefits that might be obtained by an organization from effective planning. These are the benefits. And from these benefits, we are going to have things like improved productivity. Now, these are the overall. Once we have all this, we are going to have a good reputation as an organization. We are going to have improved performance, a good relationship with stakeholders, We are going to have stability and assured continuity, business continuity. We are going to have reduced costs of doing business. Actually, we can talk of efficiency and effectiveness. We are going to understand the environment even better, and take advantage of opportunities and threats that come our way. And this can go all the way. All these are advantages. Take advantage of all this. And, planning is key in any organization. I cannot exhaust this topic. Let's go to the next question. With reference to Abraham Maslow's hierarchy needs theory. Abraham Maslow's hierarchy needs theory. It goes like this. It's a motivational theory. It goes like that, like that, like that, like that. So with reference to Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs theory, and for each level of need, analyze a strategy that managers could employ to promote satisfaction of the employees in an organization. Now, this is motivation, and we've mentioned something about motivation. We've said that motivation, different people at different levels will require different ways of motivating them. Now, here we talk about basic needs. It's the lowest level. Then we have safety and security. Then we have love and belonging. As somebody goes up the ladder, as you continue staying in an organization, you go up the ladder. Then you have self-esteem, needs, and we have self-actualization. So in most cases, when you are just joining an organization, this is your area of interest. You are interested in food, shelter, and those basic needs: food, shelter, clothing, and the stuff, education. Those are the things that are of priority to you. But once you secure them and you are sure that they are okay, you want to secure your tomorrow. And so safety and security needs come in place to secure your tomorrow. You will want to ask the question, how assured am I that tomorrow I'll continue getting these things that I've gotten? So once you get again the assurance that you will be there tomorrow, then you want to make this place your home. You want to belong. You want to feel part of them. So those become the needs at that particular point in time. And once you have acquired that, you feel now this is your home, you will want some respect and power. Respect and power is stage number 4. Self-esteem. You also want to feel like, and then of course, once you have the power, you talk about your dreams. You want to achieve your lifetime dreams. So those are the stages of an employee in an organization. It's good that we know the stage you are in, so that we can, when it comes to motivation, we give you what is, very important and crucial to you at that particular point in time. So people who are here, money can be a very good motivator. These vouchers, vouchers can be a very good motivator, so that they can go to the supermarket and buy, those stuff they need, food, You can pay for them some education. If you pay for them education, the fees, they feel very happy, because this is, it is a basic need. And that is what the question is asking. With reference to Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and for each level of need, so we are talking about this level, analyze a strategy that managers could employ to promote satisfaction of the employees in the organization. So here, basically, we talk about extrinsic factors of motivation, external things that they want to touch and feel, like when they go to the supermarket, they buy those stuffs and that makes them happy. So go for this. Safety and security, will go for things like a contract that has security of tenure, job tenure. So we give you a contract that is, pensionable. You are on pension terms, NHIF will include you there, so that you feel that you are well covered, not just in the job, And sometimes you can also go for the medical insurance cover, this medical, the private medical insurance cover, just to make you feel now I'm very safe and secure, you see. Then we go to love and belonging. Here you want to belong, you want to be part of the team. So we want to have a lot of team building. Want to have a lot of discussions, some exposures with other members, so that you can have some good time to bond with the people. You want a lot of bonding, so that you feel that you are a team. A lot of teamwork, team assignments or team activities. Those are the things we need. When you get these things, and remember what you want is to belong, you are good to go. So these are the strategies. That we are going to employ, so that you achieve this kind of a feeling that we are talking about here. Self-esteem will give you an office. An office will give you title. Title. You see, title, like now you are the senior general manager, senior principal, senior, those titles. And then the office, we give you the office, we give you added responsibilities. Actually, at this level, we are talking about what we call the intrinsic things that are inside you. You want to touch the inside of you. So intrinsic, we'll talk about added responsibilities, challenging work, challenging works, so that this will give you a lot of power. What you want is power. Power is what you really want, and this will give you a lot of work. Added responsibilities, challenging work, promotion, that's what you want at this level. Then for self-actualization, like this is now your dream come true. What do you want in life? Say, for example, we can even buy you an office, a company car, a Prado, so that you feel you also, a Prado. We buy you a company house, so that you at least become one of the owners of the companies. We can give you shares of that company, so that you become one of the owners of the shares of that company. You become one of the owners of that company. Isn't that a dream come true, that you are the owner of the company, that you own this house, that this is your vehicle, that this is, you want to own, you want to feel like you've conquered, your dreams have been achieved. That is what we, so you can see how it's moving up the ladder. And it's very important that we know where you are, and then we give you, we motivate you using what will actually have some impact on you. Then enumerate 4 essential elements of directing. Number 1, leading. You must have clear leading. Directing is about guidance. It's about direction. There must be leaders to take you through the route. Leaders basically, they influence you towards a certain direction. So key element is leadership, very key when we talk about directing, because they hold you your hand and they take you towards the direction that you so much wanted to go. Motivation, they have to keep your spirits high, your morale high, so that you don't break down. Some of these journeys are normally very, they are not that easy. So unless you have somebody to give you hope and keep pushing you to continue walking the journey, it might not be so easy. So directing, for you to achieve your vision, mission, goals, motivating comes in handy. Good communication, so that you know where you are in relation to where you are heading to, and also instruction, so that you don't mess along the way. There is somewhere you are heading. When you talk about direction, there's somewhere you are heading, there's something that you want. So unless you have very good communication that will help you get there, you are likely to lose it along the way. Then you also have supervising as one of the key items, and this is instructions on how to go about, achieving what is before you. So supervising, instructions, leading, influencing you. Can we go? And then you show the way. That is leadership. Motivating, keeping the morale high. Communication, where we now in terms of our journey? How should we proceed? Keeping somebody informed. That is very important when you're talking about a journey towards accomplishing a certain task. Let's see if we have anything else. I think that should be enough. So thank you. These are the 4 essential elements of directing. That is enough. Thank you so much. Let's meet in the next question.